All right, while he's getting ready, let me ask you again, Aldrin, just other speculation, Malusi Gigaba. Everybody linked to the Guptas, Mosebenzi Zwane, left out of the talks about mining. Are there any sort of clear-cut cases we can say expected in on it?
The speculation would be that those ministers who have been seen to be sympathetic towards the Gupta family, who have been seen to be doing business with the Gupta family or betting for the Guptas, that those people will then be removed as ministers. If you remember, even during the debate of the Sona address by the president, opposition parties were naming these ministers and say, remove Lynn Brown, remove Mosebenzi Zwane and so forth. And the president also then indicated that when I do finally make a decision, I will consult with you, the opposition party members. So speculation, of course, rife that those people, the likes of Lynn Brown, for instance, could find themselves being booted out. And here you have the Minister of Finance as well. The Minister of Finance and this court ruling that has found that the minister lied under oath. Those could be grounds for the president to say, unfortunately, I can't keep you on my cabinet.
Mzwandile Mbeche is live for us, I believe, from the Union Buildings. Mzwa, if you can hear me, tell us what you know at this stage. He can't hear us. Let's keep trying because we want to go to the Union Buildings while the speculation is so high. Aldrin, what about
quite a lot of car activity there?
Yeah, so we want to know what's happening. But Faith Muthambe, another name in doubt, and what are you hearing? I mean, we're completely speculating. Malusi Gigaba himself.
Remember with Faith Muthambe that she had a fallout with the ANC's head of communications, and this was a subcommittee head of communications, Jackson Mthembu. Jackson Mthembu, who then argued with Faith Muthambe that we had taken a decision on this issue around digital migration, you have not implemented it, and you have now are backtracking on a policy decision that the ANC has taken. They were not happy with that, and that's the reason why you saw conflicting messages coming from the Ministry of Communications and coming from Parliament as well. This is now from the parliamentary caucus of the ANC, actually attacking the minister. So definitely the relationship there has soured, I think, and it would be one of the reasons, I believe, that the president could use and say that you have previously failed in your previous role as communications minister. I don't know in the current role that she has whether there is something that she could be found to have not done as she's supposed to do in terms of her duties.
But there she blatantly went against ANC policy. Mzwai, can you hear me? We're hoping that you can, and we want to know what's happening outside the Union Buildings in Pretoria.
Thank you very much, Francis. We are outside the Union Buildings here in Pretoria, of course, our nation's capital. We have just received a statement from the presidency saying at 8:30, the President of the Republic, President Cyril Ramaphosa, will be announcing the changes to the National Executive. So that is in the language that people are used to, the cabinet reshuffle. So we understand that there was a meeting today of the officials at Luthuli House where this issue was discussed and, of course, finalized, and we are going to see those results, Francis. We actually it's going to be very interesting. You know, currently we do not have a deputy president, and we know that the deputy president of the ANC will be sworn in tomorrow as the member of parliament. Remember, currently he's the premier of Mpumalanga, and we also understand that the former TG of the ANC, Zweli Mkhize, will also be sworn in as a member of parliament. So with these changes that the president will announce in the next hour, and of course with these developments having taken place, so it's indeed very curious what will be happening.
Mzwai, the president said to have consulted widely. That is something he's doing to create this sense of unity, but we know when there's consultations, there's often leaks. So are you hearing any sort of definite, you're saying it's pretty clear, Didi Mabuza, Zweli Mkhize probably deployed because they're being sworn in. Any other talk at the moment?
At this stage, I think we are able to perhaps say something, rather we are able to speculate on those two names because the fact that they will be sworn in, remember the TG of the ANC was not a member of parliament, and of course the deputy president of the ANC was not a member of parliament. So some of the changes that will happen, they are likely to be happening from the members of parliament. So those ones are the ones we'll be very keen to see what exactly is happening. We expect perhaps some key portfolios to be, some people maybe will be dropped and others will be shuffled around. It's going to be very interesting, Francis, and I think we can't wait for 8:30. Remember, all week, as soon as President Ramaphosa took over, there was this talk to say, when is he announcing the cabinet reshuffle? And of course, he said he needed time because he needed to process all these things. He needed to consult so that once he takes that step, so everyone is on board. So that is the result of all of that will be seeing this evening.
Shimzwandile Mbeche live for us outside the Union buildings. And I think I have a little bit more time with you. Zweli Mkhize, the Treasurer General, former Treasurer General of the ANC. Remember, he was running on his own ticket for president. Then he stepped back on the night, talk that he had been in talks with one or the other camps, Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma's camp or Cyril Ramaphosa's camp. And now we may see the fruits of that. Any idea of how he will be deployed?
We've got no idea at this point. I actually, at some point, speculated that it might be the finance ministry, and I was told that, you know what, Zweli Mkhize has always made it clear that whichever position the party wants him to take on, he will certainly do that, and he will play whichever role the party wants him to play, whether it is as the Minister of Finance. I once also was told that it could even be the Deputy President of the country. And we'll have to wait and see what position it is that he will be getting in the next hour when President Cyril Ramaphosa makes that announcement.
So we have a clear time frame now. 8:30 tonight we will know, and we know who's being sworn in as MPs. Mabuza, for the general public, you know, he's well known in Mpumalanga. He was seen as the kingmaker. What do we know about this man?
Well, he has been the premier in Mpumalanga, and there's a lot of speculation as well as allegations of corruption leveled against him. But those have never been proven to stand the test of time. There's also this issue, I don't know if you've seen it, in the past few days, there's been this affidavit, sworn affidavit, that has been circulating on social media, which attests to allegations that Didi Mabuza had hired certain hitmen to kill certain critics of him within Mpumalanga. Of course, that I don't remember that being taken to court, but it's an outdated sworn affidavit which was made back in 2010. You'd always also remember that during 2010 there was these political killings that were taking place in Mpumalanga, and most people had blamed him. Didi Mabuza has also been seen to be the person behind the disunity within the alliance in the province, the SACP within the province. They weren't very happy with him leading up to the 2014 elections. But it seems that things have changed a bit. The relationship may have changed a bit. He's also now being credited for bringing in the Bushbuck-Rich Residential Residents Association. Remember that these were members of the ANC who broke away from the party but still have carried their membership cards, formed this Bushbuck-Rich Residential Association, which contested the local government elections and did very, very well. But Didi Mabuza, of course, has extended an olive branch to them, and it seems that some of them are coming back into the fold.
All right, thank you so much for your analysis, and all will be revealed at 8:30. Thank you very much, Aldrin Sampear. Let's get to another story that we've